Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do a review on the Hamilton Beach The Scoop Single Serve Coffee Maker. This is the next generation model. Okay, so this is a really nice coffee maker. You can brew into a travel mug, or you can flip this tray down and brew a single serve coffee. Now it only uses coffee grounds. It does not use any kind of pods. Now up here, here's the brew head. You're going to lift this up. They call it the scoop because there's the scoop. You're going to put your coffee grounds in here. Then you're going to put it right in here, close the lid. It's got a water reservoir around the back. So the water reservoir has two marks, minimum 8 ounces, maximum 14 ounces. And then when we put our water in, we got our coffee in, you're just going to press this brew button right here and the brew light will come on. Now what makes this nice is you can there's a minimum and a maximum mark as far as ground coffee. Now takes coffee ground for a medium grind, just like a normal drip coffee maker. So the minimum mark is 1.5 tablespoons. The maximum mark is 3 tablespoons. So that's what's really nice about this. You can put up to 3 tablespoons into this. That's how you can get away with brewing into a travel mug. Now this is a 20-ounce travel mug, but I can brew 14 ounces into it, and the coffee is going to taste very strong and very good. But if I just want to do into a coffee mug, I can brew 8 ounces or even 10 ounces. Anywhere from 8 to 10 back here is what I can brew. And I can just put, I could put all the way up to the 3 tablespoons in even for a cup of coffee. It would be a really strong cup of coffee, but I could. Now up here, there is another little filter basket you will have to take out once in a while and clean. It's got like a little mesh filter on the bottom. It fits down in there. And then this fits right in there. And you close it. Okay, so let's make ourselves a travel mug cup of coffee. So they call it the scoop because you can use this to scoop your coffee out. Okay, so I've got the coffee in there. I kind of make sure there's none on the outside a little bit. So I've got it filled up to the max line. We're simply going to put it in there. We're going to close the lid. Okay, so I've got my water in, my coffee. I got my travel mug in. Close the lid and hit the brew button. The light will come on to let you know that it's brewing. Now you have to kind of hit this button a little hard to make sure you activate it to get it to start brewing. Now it starts brewing right away. So it's only been about 10 seconds and I've got coffee coming out. It's not a really loud coffee maker. Okay, so the coffee coming out the bottom, it's a little hard to get. I have seen 190. There's 185. Okay, so at the 2.5 minute mark, I have gotten a few splatters come out of it. Nothing too major, just one on the counter, one on the side of the cup. So the coffee in the travel mug is about 180. That's a really hot coffee. Okay, so it's been 3 minutes. It's finishing up. You do get quite a bit of steam coming out around here. And the light did turn off. That lets me know that it's done brewing. It does have to drip just a little bit. And right at the 3 minute mark, basically. So again, this is a 20-ounce travel mug, but I did brew 14 ounces into it. And that's really hot, really hot. Wow. Now, I have been tasting it. It makes a really good cup of coffee. I like being able to use my own coffee grounds. You can grind up some coffee grounds fresh that morning and brew them, and boy, it just tastes really good. Be careful, this could be hot, but we're going to lift this up. There's how the coffee did. So if coffee grounds do get above that, that's why you have that other filter down there. That's going to catch the coffee grounds that get around it. So let's take a look at the coffee that it brewed. Now I'm not seeing any coffee grounds. Now I do have some sediment. There is a very little bit of sediment in the bottom of your coffee mug. If you let this sit, now I don't notice it right now, but if you let this sit for a little bit, you will get a little bit of sediment. Okay, so let's brew into a coffee mug and see how it does. I've got the scoop filled up. We're going to close this. I've got 8 ounces of water put in here. Again, we got to press this brew button. The light's going to come on. Okay, so it's brewing into a coffee mug. Let's see how hot the coffee coming out is. 187. There's how it's brewing. Okay, so right around the 2 minute mark, it's finishing up. Okay, so let's see how hot that cup of coffee is. 167. That's a really hot cup of coffee. Here's what it looks like. I have been drinking it, and again, it tastes really good. I like being able to brew the proper amount of coffee into a travel mug or into a single serve cup of coffee. So again, be careful. This does get hot right here, so be careful. You may want to let this cool down before you clean up, but cleanup is very simple. Both of these parts are dishwasher safe, but you got to take out the coffee grounds first. So anytime you're using those reusable filters, there's that sediment I'm telling you about. Again, it's not very much, and if you keep your coffee stirred, you won't see it. But it's not coffee grounds like big chunks of coffee grounds. They're just a little bit of sediment. And that's because you're using a reusable filter. Now, if coffee makers that have paper filters, you don't get that sediment in. But I do think it adds a little bit of flavor to it. That's a really good hot cup of coffee. So again, very nice coffee maker. I like that you're in control of how much water you add and the coffee grounds you add. I can brew into a travel mug. I can brew into a mug. It's fast. It makes a really hot cup of coffee. And again, it doesn't do any type of pod. You have to use coffee grounds like for a normal coffee maker, ground in a medium grind. So I purchased this for $40 off of Amazon. It kind of snuck up on me. I didn't realize they made another scoop. They're calling it the Next Gen. We also have the Next Gen with a reservoir. Now that one there, I'm also going to do a review. I've got a review on it, but I'm going to do a comparison. And then we have the original, the Scoop. So I'll do a comparison with all three of these, the Scoop coffee makers. But there seems to be a big price difference. So $39, that's a pretty good price for this coffee maker. With the reservoir, we're looking at $66. Yeah, that's a lot. And the original, the Scoop, $52. So check out, I am on TikTok, I am on Instagram, I have accounts on there, and I do simple videos on those. So kind of a really quick 30-second video on kind of how this works or how it makes coffee, but not a really detailed review. I've also got some exciting news about we're going to be opening up a shop online to sell merchandise. So I've got some Just a Dad t-shirts and stickers coming. So be on the lookout for that. That's going to be coming soon. I'll put a link to this in the show description notes. I am an Amazon affiliate. If you click on the link, the product doesn't cost you anymore, but I do get a little bit of commission from the clicks. And if you end up buying the product. So I can see once in a while you are going to have to kind of wipe this top off. There are some coffee grounds up here. Now even though I had some in that secondary filter, I never got any in my coffee. A few times I did find pressing this button down, I felt like I had pressed it hard enough to make it start brewing, but I guess I had to press it again. So just make sure that light comes on when you want to do a brew. Okay, so let's go over size. So with the tray down, you're right at 5 inches. Let's put the tray up, and you're right at 7 inches. Now I can take this drip tray out. I could get a little bit more, but you know, it's going to have to sit, it might sit unevenly on there. So at its maximum height with that lid open, you're right around, looks like about 14.5 inches. Front to back, you're 9 inches. Left to right, you're 5 inches. So it's got a 2-prong cord, and the cord is 24 inches long. So I hope this video helps. Thanks everybody for watching.